Boris Belkin. Boris Davidovich Belkin, Russian. Boris Davidovich Belkin, born 26 January 1948, is a Soviet-born violin virtuoso. Teachers. He was taught by Isaac Stern and Yuri Yankelevich. Early years. As a child prodigy, he began studying the violin at the age of 6 and made his first public appearance with Kirill Kondrasin when he was 7. He studied at the Central Music School at the Moscow Conservatory with professors Yuri Yankelevich, Felix Andreevsky, and Isaac Stern. While still a student, he played all over the Soviet Union with leading national orchestras, and in 1973 won first prize at the Soviet National Competition for Violinists. However, he was not granted a visa to participate in the 1971 nor 1973 Paganini competitions in Italy, and he decided to emigrate to Israel in 1974. He moved on to London, Paris, and back to London. He met his Belgian wife at a Yehudi Menuhin festival in Switzerland and settled in Liège. By 1990, he had become a Belgian citizen. Career. In 1974, he emigrated to the West and since then has performed all over the world with many of the leading orchestras including the Boston Symphony, Cleveland Orchestra, Berlin Philharmonic, Israel Philharmonic, Los Angeles Philharmonic, Philadelphia Orchestra, Pittsburgh Symphony, Montreal Symphony, Bavarian Radio. Boris Belkin has been featured in many television productions, a film biography of Jean Sibelius, performing the Sibelius Concerto with the Swedish Radio Orchestra and Ashkenazy, with Bernstein and the New York Philharmonic, performing the Tchaikovsky Concerto, with Bernstein and the Orchestre National de France playing Ravel's Tezigain, and with Hating. Conductors with whom he has collaborated include Bernstein, Ashkenazy, Mehta, Mazel, Muti, Ozowa, Sanderling, Rudolf Barshai, Temirkanov, Donany Dutoit, Jelmati, Herbig, Tenstedt, Rattle, Haitink, Berglund, Mata Chung, Hirakami, Fedosiev, Arnovich, Groves, Lanes. In 1997, Isaac Stern invited Mr. Belkin to perform with him at the Miyazaki Festival. Boris Belkin also dedicates himself to chamber music, performing with artists such as Yuri Bashmet, Mischa Maisky, and many others. Highlights of the 2007-2008 season include a tour with St. Petersburg Philharmonic and conductor Temirkanov, a tour in South America, concerts with the NHK Symphony Orchestra in Tokyo, and performing the Sibelius Concerto with Sydney Symphony and Ashkenazy, concerts in London, Berlin, Barcelona, Rome. Since 1987, Boris Belkin has held master classes at the Accademia Musicale Chigiana in Siena, Italy, and since 1997, he is a faculty member at the Maastricht Academy of Music in the Netherlands. Janine Jansen was one of his students. Discography. Paganini Violin Concerto No. 1 with the Israel Philharmonic and Zubin Mehta. Tchaikovsky and Sibelius Violin Concertos with the Philharmonia Orchestra and Ashkenazy. Strauss Violin Concerto with Berlin Radio Symphony Orchestra and Ashkenazys. Prokofiev Violin Concertos No. 1 and No. 2 with the London Symphony Orchestra and Kondrasin. Brahms Concerto with the London Symphony Orchestra and Ivan Pfister. Prokofiev Violin Concertos with the Zurich Tonhalle and Michael Stern. Shostakovich Violin Concerto No. 1 and the Glazunov Violin Concerto with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and Junichi Hirakamen. Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto with the London Philharmonic and Michael Stern. Mozart Violin Concerto No. 5 and Sinfonia Concertante, K. 364 with the Salzburg Chamber Soloists. Brahms Violin Sonatas with Mitchell Delberto.